does nothing. Meanwhile, 11 million Germans on November 6, 1932. Oh, does it now? What's crazy is it really only took 11 million of them. Keep in mind, Germany had about 65 million people living in the country at that time, which makes this meme even more insane because, yeah, it unfortunately only took 11 million of them. Born too late to fight in the Battle of Kursk. Born just in time to fight in the Battle of Kursk. There still is hope. Didn't think we'd get the Battle of Kursk 2.0 electric boogaloo. T-34s at the Battle of Kursk 1943. Running into T-34s at the Battle of Kursk 2024. Wait, y'all are still around? The joke is that Russia is apparently still using World War II era tanks in the invasion of Ukraine. T-34s just really love that Battle of Kursk, I guess. They can't get enough of it. I listen to national anthems, and I thought I was the only one. Me listening to completely unorganized 400-hour, 28-minute long playlist. We've got East Germany national anthem. There's a lot that's gonna go. Okay, there's a lot of East Germany anthems in here. I don't think they're all national. We got Ukraine. We got. Okay, that's Japan's national anthem, clearly. It's all just easy. I think it's like, I will say, 1980s, like, Iron Curtain stuff, incredible. This song, still on repeat every time I hear it. It's incredible. No, I do actually listen to, like, movie soundtracks at the gym, though. It's real weird, but I like it. When I was a kid, my mom told me that Gorbachev had the map of Myanmar on his head. This is because he loved us so very much. Imagine loving a nation like Myanmar here, to the point where you'll put a birth scar on your forehead. Okay, but no, seriously, I don't see Myanmar here at all. This is absolutely the Korean Peninsula. A unified Korean Peninsula, I might add. I just hope this is actually South Korea. The universe is sending us a message. A German athlete with the last name Hermann. Oh, here's her friend giving her a hug. Her friend's name, who is Goring. Wait a second. Hermann and Goring? Where have I heard this before? Was this like a glitch in the Matrix or something? His no German, way too obsessed with his own drip. America's shaking hands with Mongolia here. One with 0 medals in shooting, the other with 0 medals in archery. I guess the prophecy doesn't always come true. Both countries here are just massive disappointments. No horseback archery in the Olympics. At the very least, they have that excuse. Good point. We don't have one. What's 1 + 4? This Roman legion trying to give him the answer. Wait, no. This post has been going over a lot of people's heads. It might seem like the Roman here is saying 2 until you remember Roman numerals. He was actually doing a V shape, which would be 5. I hate going to school with the Roman kids. Freaking weirdos. Hello guys, it is I, Trad Shinto Samurai 1889. Yes, very Japanese. Thank you, former Emperor Hirohito here. I guess he's been reincarnated as this Filipino man apparently. Oh, he just like me. He just like me for real. Invents gunpowder, but then falls behind everyone else in firearm development. Invents the compass, never explores the ocean, invents the printing press, just produces centuries-old literature with it. What the freak was their problem? China just making all the things, but not doing any things with it. That was not a reference to how China produces products, by the way, but yeah, I guess you could say they still are out here making, like, everything. China was just too busy trying to keep their country together, they couldn't really look outward much. Elves are the best fictional race. Meanwhile, elves, when they face weakest dwarf weapon, they just literally become cannon fodder. Gotta love speciesism. Is that a word? Fantasy speciesism is probably a better way to put that, but normal Chad dwarves versus virgin elves out here. Bees be like, Komi can't communicate. Yes, obviously it's an entire freaking Russian oblast. How could you even be able to communicate with that? That doesn't make sense. I hate nothing more than call me supremacist. Is that actually how you pronounce this Russian oblast though? Komi. Oh wow, it really is. Komi. Komi, bruh. Don't call me, ever. Holy crap, is that a motherfreaking TNO reference? Roman camp in 9 AD. Did you hear that? Hear what? Never mind, it's probably nothing. Meanwhile, the nothing. I'm guessing this is from the barbarian side. Okay, I think I'm finally starting to be able to understand why the Roman Empire did eventually fall. An equal version of probably what was happening. Slightly less intimidating, but I do have to admit, I would still be pretty scared. Fix this immediately at Duolingo says no context Brits. Another screenshot of the fact that Duolingo uses the American flag instead of the British flag for English. Here we go, someone fixing it for us. Oh, wait a second. I don't know exactly if that's what they meant, but yeah, Mexican flag for Spanish. I guarantee you they use the Brazilian flag for Portuguese too. At this point, you know, I mean, let's just keep it up. We might as well offend pretty much everybody. Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere. On one side, there's like 300 languages and 200 religions. They hate each other. But in the South, south, we have summer when we're closest to the sun and winter when we're furthest away from the sun. Very intuitive. In the north, there's constant wars. In the south, there's practically no wars. Don't forget the southern hemisphere also has King Julian of Madagascar. Meanwhile, the north has poopy places like Central America, India, France. Conclusion, the southern hemisphere wins. Finally, I'm tired of nationalism. We need to be more hemispherism. I think I just made that up. The problem is like the vast majority of people live in the north. I think they're gonna have a lot more support on the northern hemisphere side. This person asking X, what did they die for? Well, this is World War I, and there's only one answer I can really think of, and that is obviously Denmark. Denmark in 1914, Denmark in 1920. Millions of casualties to give Denmark just a couple of miles of land. Totally worth it. If you would have told me back in the day, hey, you need to lose your life so that Denmark can get like slightly bigger, I'd be like, oh, sign me up. And that is not, in fact, because I guess I have ancestors from Denmark. I'm not biased. Denmark be like, do nothing, win. Yeah, Denmark wasn't even involved in World War I in the first place. Forget Marvel, forget remakes, forget sequels and prequels. We just need a solid resurgence of historical mythological films again. This was a huge trend in the early 2000s. Troy and then Kingdom of Heaven was a popular meme for a little bit there. Obviously Gladiator 2, after that won the best picture, all the studios jumped on board. See, that's the problem. You need one movie to like unleash the floodgates so that all the studios want to jump on that train. All it takes is one good historical or mythological film, and then the trend can begin again here in the 2020s. To be fair, Lord of the Rings also deserves a lot of credit for the mythological trend of movies back in those days too. Be the biggest chuds of history, has to look back to check for his wife's permission. Chud bros. I never thought about this in the movie 300. That did not cross my mind the first time I watched it. This brings it to a whole nother perspective. In a way, she was the one that killed Leonidas. She should have been rational and said, don't kick this guy down the well. Jesse, play Smells Like Teen Spirit cover in classical Latin 75 BC. 75 BC. Even if we scare the... wow, this has no right to be as good as it is. This thing slaps. I really hope they actually did listen to that back in the day. Rum drinkers be like literal pirates going for booty. Wow. Meanwhile, beer drinkers, yeah, IPA, yeah. This is my excuse. Although I don't really like rum that much either, but I will take rum over beer. I'm sorry. When will Iran attack Israel? Iran be like, just one more day.
I'm not asking you for a month. I'm not asking you
just
for
one more.
Just give me one more day.
Are we sure? Damn, I don't even know. I really hope this doesn't age like Mo. They can't keep getting away with this. How do you have no traffic jams, asks the USA. Trains and buses. And you have such nice landscapes and picturesque towns, clean air. How do you do it? It's trains and buses. I'll never understand how some countries are so talented. It's a mystery. It's public transit. They're literally giving us the answer right in front of us. But of course, we're not going to listen. Traveling has like seriously ruined me on this whole topic. I want to say, of course, it's not all of the US. If you're in the Northeast, New York, Boston, all that area, usually it's pretty good public transit. That's like the only spot. I don't know. I can't even get into this argument again. Staten Island is like Hyperborea for Italian people. I mean, yeah, in a way, I guess I can see that kind of. That is where they escape usually, considering in Greek mythology, Hyperboreans were mythical people who lived in the far north part of the world. It's so weird. Italians be like, I love penne. Meanwhile, Spanish speakers, just be careful with that phrase. Don't say that around them. I don't even need to translate this. I'm sure you all know what this means. German soldier covers They Not Like Us while they play Hoi 4. This is actually pretty... There's some interesting... alright. Well, I should probably get more into German rap, I guess, but thank you for that. All mythological lands be like the rainforest where everything will oof you. The evil dark lands where the villain lives. I don't know, I forgot about this part of the land. The endless sands of nothing. The good village of morally good people. The forest where the elves live. A tundra right next to the rainforest because the author's only experience with biomes is Minecraft. A place where the characters have a beach episode. Why is this Romania? And well, I guess there's a New Zealand about like a mysterious island. Don't forget about the mountains where small people make mines and stuff. Why did you just describe Romania here? That's not fantasy at all. Romania mentioned! Breaking! Godzilla found shot in Miami. Police have just one suspect in custody. I don't know, this definitely seems like a two-man sort of job. Good borders in Paradox games. I make the borders nice and pretty. Make sure the colors look nice too. Meanwhile, good HRE borders in Paradox games. Yes! Make it look really fricked up. And that's seriously how it goes. It's all games, too. I despise strategy games or map games that just put the HRE as like one giant country. No, you know what? It's not even about just games. It's like general maps. Just like, what the freak is this? Don't give it to me like this. I want this land to be utterly unreadable. I don't want to know what the hell I'm looking at here. POV, your team is losing, but there's still hope because your, this clickbait pack teammate is coming in his second best tank. Oh man, is that one of those, tanks from New Zealand? Just like actually a giant toaster. We are going to utterly obliterate the other side. Thanks, bro. We needed this. Wow, talk about literally me out here. The US Navy has marine mammals for mine hunting. Also, force protection, and it has produced some incredible pictures. I mean, yeah, you can definitely say that again. It's him, the Navy SEAL. We based this entire branch of the military off this guy. What a legend. No, I've actually have heard of like stories of SEALs being used, especially in a Navy setting. I think the Soviets tried to like train SEALs to use microphones and get close enough to whatever the West to be able to record what their conversations were being. One state solution. Liberty knows no borders. Plug the gap of tyranny. When are we Americans gonna be sick of Alaska being on an island by itself out here? The myth of cultural distinction. Both of them saying, I live on a former British colony in North America with a democratic constitution where English is the predominant language. Here we celebrate Thanksgiving as a national holiday, enjoy diverse cultural heritage, and have a strong cultural emphasis on personal freedoms and rights. It's time for Canada to come home. It's an interesting argument. They try very hard to not have this happen. There's like a whole, there's like a whole, I don't know what to call it. Like there's a bunch of policies to keep Canada Canadian and try to distinguish them as their own distinct culture. There's a word for it. Canada isn't a country? No, the United States is a country. The Tory entity is a myth designed to keep the people of America sedated and under Anglo-imperialist occupation. This is what Canada is. Americans are who they oppress. What? Something tells me memes like this are not going to disappear anytime soon. I feel like they're going to pop up for decades. Big thanks to my patrons this month. I tried to kidnap Drew again, but he put me in his basement. Help. Drew's Argentinian Grandpa. I can't sleep
I'm back,
without
boys.
Drew's
Kansas,
voice.
Tyrol,
Archaeology.
aPhatNarwhal,
Carmel
Sarsath,
Pavlik, DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood, Fredrik Tibblin,
JohnDenver,
KansasWasMentioned, KingBearHaze, LuxembourgLover,
sebby. If you hear this, I